Something's happening in Cleveland that no one saw coming. The kind of shakeup that hits deep, not just in the locker room, but in the heart of every Browns fan who's been riding the highs and lows of this franchise. What started as a season full of promise, full of pieces clicking into place, has just been jolted by a sudden, brutal reality. And it's not just any player we're talking about, it's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the Pro Bowl linebacker who's become a cornerstone of this defense, a leader on the field and in the community, and now, a man facing an uncertain future. Let's break this down, and you'll want to hear every second, because this is bigger than football. Midway through the 2024 season, JOK delivered one of those classic, high-impact hits that defined his style of play: fast, fearless, explosive. It was against Derrick Henry of the Baltimore Ravens, a clash of titans. But something went wrong. Jeremiah suffered a neck injury that didn't just take him off the field, it sent him to the hospital. And he didn't return for the rest of the season. At first, fans hoped it was a precaution. Maybe some rest, rehab, and we'd see number 28 flying around the field again in 2025. But as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the silence around JOK's condition grew heavier. And then came the news that dropped like a hammer on May 12th. The Cleveland Browns officially placed Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah on the reserve/physically unable to perform list. What that means, plain and simple, he's out for the entire 2025 season. Not a single snap. Not one play. Done. And this decision comes just after he signed a brand new 3-year contract worth $37.5 million. That deal runs through the 2027 season, showing just how much faith the Browns had in him. This wasn't just a player. He was supposed to be the heartbeat of this defense. In 2023, JOK racked up 101 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, 6 pass deflections, 5 quarterback hits, 3.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble across 16 games. That was his breakout. That was his Pro Bowl campaign. And now, we don't know what's next. Even Browns GM Andrew Berry seemed shaken when he addressed the media. You could hear the weight in his words. Jeremiah's health is of the utmost importance to us, Berry said. Although he has made progress towards recovery, we've made the decision to place him on reserve/PUP. Jeremiah has the full support of our team. Berry made it clear, they're not speculating on JOK's future. No promises. No predictions. Just one step at a time. But what hit hardest wasn't the press release or the medical update, it was Jeremiah's own message. This wasn't just a football player talking about an injury. This was a man bearing his soul. To the Cleveland Browns fan base and my supporters worldwide, thank you for your patience in my silence, he began. From day one, you embraced me as more than a player, but also as a brother and young man with purpose. JOK spoke of faith, of healing, of not knowing what's next, but staying locked in. The body may rest, but the calling never sleeps, he said. I've given my heart to this game. How do you not feel that? But life and football move forward, whether we're ready or not. And the Browns didn't waste time preparing for the future. Just 2 weeks before this announcement, they drafted UCLA linebacker Carson Schweissinger with the 33rd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. And now, that pick looks less like a smart addition and more like a must-have insurance policy. Schweissinger is no slouch. In his final season at UCLA, he totaled 90 solo tackles, 9 for loss, 4 sacks, 3 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble over 12 games. He's fast, instinctive, and hungry. But can he step into a Pro Bowler's shoes as a rookie? Can he anchor a Browns run defense that gave up 4.5 yards per carry last year? Time will tell, but the expectations just skyrocketed. And while the linebacker unit adjusts to life without JOK, the Browns secondary is getting a makeover of its own. They signed Damontae Kazee, a name familiar to anyone following AFC North battles. After years tormenting the Browns as a Pittsburgh Steeler, Kazee now joins Cleveland, essentially switching places with Juan Thornhill, who's headed to Pittsburgh. Talk about a rivalry twist. Kazee brings 8 seasons of experience and 17 career interceptions. He's been a ball hawk, a disruptor, though not without controversy. 2 suspensions in the past 3 years raise questions. Still, Cleveland's banking on his veteran presence alongside Grant Delpit, Christopher Edmonds, Ronnie Hickman, Trey Dean III, and Donovan McMillan. Now, while all eyes are on defense, let's not forget what's happening on the offensive side, because it's just as wild. Rookie minicamp just wrapped, and it wasn't just about the quarterbacks Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. A name that came out of nowhere? Luke Floria. This undrafted wide receiver from Kent State earned a spot after lighting up the weekend in Berea. Local kid. Mentor, Ohio native. And he's making headlines. His 2024 season at Kent State? 44 receptions, 688 yards, 7 touchdowns on a team that didn't win a single game. And yet, here he is, earning a contract with his hometown team. Before we get deeper into the QB race, I want to hear from you, the fans. How are you processing the loss of Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah for the entire season? Do you think Carson Schweissinger can fill those shoes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And while the news of JOK's absence sends shockwaves through the Dawg Pound, it's impossible to ignore the storm brewing under center in Cleveland, a quarterback battle that's equal parts excitement and chaos. After the 2025 NFL Draft, fans were buzzing, and not just because of the flashy new weapons or defensive depth. No, the real tension lies in one critical question: who's going to start at quarterback? The Browns now have 4 names in that fight: Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders. That's right, 4. And if that sounds messy, that's because it is. Joe Flacco, the seasoned vet, has proven he can step in and win games. He led the Browns to a late-season surge last year, and while he may not be the long-term answer, he's reliable when the pressure's high. Kenny Pickett, once the face of the Steelers' future, is now in enemy colors after his unexpected jump across the division. He knows the AFC North. He's mobile. But he's also inconsistent. And then, there are the rookies. Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. ESPN Cleveland's Tony Grossi was quick to weigh in. I thought Dillon Gabriel, both days, looked a little bit better. He throws a tight spiral. He throws a beautiful ball. Better arm strength than I thought. Still, social media tells a different story. Clips of Sanders slinging deep touchdown passes were everywhere, while Gabriel's pick-six to rookie linebacker Carson Schweissinger sparked some early doubts. On paper, Gabriel should have the edge, drafted earlier, more experience, and a Heisman finalist who just led Oregon to the college football playoff. But Sanders brings energy, swagger, and the kind of spotlight few college players can carry into the league. And with both showing flashes at minicamp, fans are torn. And then there's the WR room, rapidly evolving. Cleveland didn't just stop with Luke Floria. They also brought in Kazee Johnson and Cade McDonald, both undrafted but both showing sparks in rookie camp. Each made explosive plays, building chemistry with all 4 quarterbacks. And while the Browns released safety Trey Dean, defensive end Marcus Haynes, receiver Jasim Reed, and fullback Eli Wilson to make room, the message is clear: competition is the heartbeat of this roster. Every move this offseason tells a story of urgency. A franchise that tied for the worst record in 2024 is now rebuilding not just its depth chart, but its identity. Veteran leadership, new talent, a brewing quarterback war, and the looming absence of a defensive star, this is the kind of season that makes or breaks a team. What do you think of the quarterback battle? Who do you think should start week 1? Gabriel? Sanders? Or is Flacco still the safest bet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more news. Go Browns!